Good evening, all, and welcome to Calvar's Corner for this week's Whatcha Playing Wednesday. I am Lord Calvar Geiler, companion of the Meridian Cross, companion of the Argent Comet, companion of the Argent Lamp, Osprey, and Reaper, coming to you live from the barony of the Osprey on the southern coast of Meridies. Today I'm joined by Min Soo Yung, I hope I didn't butcher that, who is someone who knows way more about both Korea and pandemics than I do. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me. I didn't know you knew about the pandemic part, but
I have taken your class on Korean medicine, actually. So,
yes, yeah. So it is Min Soo Yung. I have a Korean persona, as you said, and I am from the barony of Gladenfeld, and that is one of the most northern baronies that you can get in Meridies.
awesome. So why don't you give us a little bit about your persona, sort of, I guess, how you got into, how you chose Korean persona, or sort of what drew you to that, if you don't mind. We'll start with that.
Yeah, sure. So actually, I got drawn into a Korean persona because of the known world courtesans. I wanted to be a courtesan, and I didn't want, I went on a research binge, as you do, and I found the Gisang, which is a Korean courtesan of sorts. And I loved the whole story. I loved the idea that a woman could be powerful in such a way and being able to bridge the gap between male and female spaces. So originally that was just supposed to be my side courtesan persona, and then here we are. It quickly devolved.
Right, you just kept diving into that rabbit hole.
Yeah, just kept diving in.
So that actually brings me an interesting question that I haven't really dived into a whole lot from the gaming side. How much does gaming play into some of your courtesan research, or is there a lot of is that one of the skills that courtesan was expected to know about, was game?
Definitely. So, part of the training that they got was speaking to men and entertaining men, and that did include games, because in Korean culture, a lot of the games, especially the one that we're playing today, involved, some drinking, as you do, and a courtesan would be expected to know how to play the game and entertain people, and if not that, to know at least how to judge it and cheer when needed.
There you go. I think that's an appropriate thing for anybody that's an onlooker, a consort, a courtesan. Yeah, you should at least know what your people are doing. I like that. So, all right, cool. Well, that's a great segue. So let's why don't you hop right into it? Let's
Sure.
talk about the game we're playing, and we'll jump into it.
So we are playing Yut Nori, and I have some pictures for us to look at, but this is a very traditional Korean game, and it started in the Three Kingdoms era, and this is from the 1st century to the 10th century, so a wide range, but definitely in period. Of course, as I said, drinking was involved. Definitely it is a team sport. Today we're only playing with 2 people, but traditionally you would have as many as 5 to 6 players on each team, and you would have people who didn't actually get to play, but they cheered and, enjoyed in the drinking and the fun. This is a race game, a very simple race game. It does have some strategy to it, but overall, it's a race game. And I think I'm still sharing my screen.
Yep. I've got to see as soon as you get, yeah, that's what I was waiting on. Yep.
So this is a picture of a Yut Nori board game. It's embroidered on, and everyone starts off the board. So you have 2 different types of pieces. They can be anything. They could be coins. They could be walnuts. We're actually using orcs and humans for today because we're quite a bunch of nerds, all of us on the inside. And to get onto the board, you have to roll these sticks, Yut sticks. And they, as long as you roll anything besides, well, basically anything, you will place your marker on the first start, which is always this start marker from in the lower right corner, and you'll stop there. So from then, you can move your piece around the board, and the whole point of this is to get back to the starting point. There are points that you can actually take shortcuts. You can only take a shortcut if you land on the marker, and on your next turn, you can use the shortcut. Additionally, if a enemy lands on you, your piece is kicked off the board. What you can also do is if your piece lands on one of your pieces, you can combine them for the rest of that round. However, strategically, that means if your enemy lands on that piece, you lose both of them. Now, these Yut sticks are pretty traditional. It's very fun to play this, actually, because they make a very specific sound, and it's a little bit of a craziness to it, but it's very, very fun. And how you count these is from how many are up and how many are down. There's a fairy tale sort of tale that this actually started because there were these villagers that could only raise one type of animal. I haven't found much into that, or like how legit that is, or how old that theory is. But for this, the very first one is if you have a stick up top, showing the flat side up. It is doe. It's a pig, and that's one. The second one, of course, is je, and it's a dog, for two. The third one is a sheep. The fourth one is a cow, and the fifth one is a horse. If you want to put a marker on the board, you can, as long as you use the sticks, you can put a marker on the board. If you roll the 4 or the 5, you get to go again. And you can do that as many times as you want. Theoretically, you can do it until you win the whole game, as long as you keep rolling 4s or 5s. And a little kind of a fact about this, horses come up again and again in the board game. So this is a horse, the fifth one. The beginning start point is horse, pan. The tokens are horses. And yeah, basically the horses are mentioned over and over again. So it's basically, it is a race game.
That was actually something I thought, out of the race games I've looked at, this is the first one that I found that was actually a race. Like it was horses racing. I thought that was really interesting. Yeah. We actually had a question pop up in the comments and asking if you happen to have a set of sticks, because Kisa wants to hear them being rolled.
I do. I don't have them on me though. I could. They're. It's a very nice. Let's see if I can find a video.
If not, if you want to find a video, we can post it in the on the page later. We can follow up with that.
Yeah, we can do that. And then to win this game, all 4 of your tokens has to pass the start. And then you win. And that is the basics of Yut Nori.
All right, so I actually have a couple of questions for you.
Sure.
So the sticks, what were they made of? Were they traditional? Like I know a lot of the there was one game that I had that used a similar sticks. They were always made out of this certain kind of wood. Like if it wasn't that wood, it wasn't the right stick. Is that something you see in this?
Yes. So the sticks are usually, I want to say they're usually pine.
Okay.
A lot of people, and part of the thing is that if you were a poor person, you should be able to do this from firewood.
Oh, okay.
So like it's very much a game that you could be a really fluent and rich person and have a really fancy board game with really nice sticks, or you could be a very poor person and you just pick up some nuts and split some firewood and use that to play this.
There you go. I like that. And then the other question from a rules perspective. So you mentioned to use the cut across or the shortcuts you had to land directly on the space.
Yes.
What about the actual exiting the board? So I know a lot of the race games you have to have an exact number to get off. Is this just like a
not for this one? Not generally. Now it could be a house rule,
right?
But not for this one. Does not specifically say that. I was incorrect. It's usually chestnut wood.
Oh, okay.
Birch wood is also used sometimes, but they're specifically chosen for the weight and the sound that they make.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see the pine would have a softer sound than or it would have a significantly different sound than birch or chestnut wood. That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I have played it at events, and I will tell you that it brings a crowd because it sounds like fun.
Right. I mean, I've never enjoyed the stick games, at least the ones I've played, because I have trouble rolling sticks. And granted, I've been using popsicle sticks, which I'm sure are not the most easiest way to roll that. I'm sure having the more appropriate kind of sticks may lend a different feel to it. But I always have trouble. I end up throwing one over my shoulder while I'm trying to shake them around. And
yeah, the Yut sticks are sizably heavy. Like you can throw them, of course,
right.
if you want to. If you're doing badly in the game, you can throw it.
No, I don't mean to throw them. That's the problem. And I end up tossing one. I was like, I'm shaking them, and one goes that way. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, let me. I'm gonna bring the screen back up for me on my side, and we'll play a little here. So there we go. Cool. All right. As the guest, I will let you go first. I will. So a couple things we're doing a little differently in this one. As she mentioned, we're going to be using orcs and humans because I figured if we're going to be racing, we might race something ridiculous. And for rolling, because there is no stick generator in Roll20, I have built us a macro that will roll 4 D2s, which is essentially the same thing. The exact probability is going to be different because these are flat dice at this point, essentially flipping a coin, whereas the Ute sticks would be concave and flat. So the exact probability of rolling a number would be different, but the closest we can get in a digital world. So we'll use 1 through 4 will be 1 through 4 as we've seen them, and then 0 for us will be a 5. So, all right, cool. So yeah, I'll let you take the first roll there.
Okay. And I got a 3.
Yeah.
So plot me on there.
All right. You should actually have control of them. See if you do or not. Let me know. I can fix them.
I don't
think so. Give me 2 seconds. I can actually fix that. Here, I'll hit the bottom. Would you like orcs or humans?
Let's go for orcs.
All right. Control. All players. Save changes. All right. So you should be able to grab that bottom one. And I'll set the other ones while I'm.
Okay. So because this is my first time with that marker, that is the only thing I can do for this round. So it is your turn.
So, okay, so that brings up an interesting question. So now when I go, my only option is also going to be on that first square. So what happens on that? Because then that's going to lead us into a recursive bouncing each other off the first square thing?
Yeah. So I forgot to mention a rule. So you only get to put a marker on the board if you have a 3 or a 4.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I figured there had to be something. I was like, wait, hold on. That sounds off. All right, cool. So we need a 3 or 4 to get on the board. And that makes sense. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Let me make my roll. Come on. There we go. All right, so I got a 2, so I get nothing. All right, so here we go again. Yes. Yeah. I didn't think about that when you said that. I was like, okay, cool, it makes it on the board. But I was like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
We're not.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I forgot that one. It's not mentioned very often. So I got a 1. The only thing I can do is move the piece I have on the board.
Okay, so starting any new piece is always in a 3 or 4. Okay.
Yes.
So I guess when you roll a 3 or 4, you have a choice then of start a new piece or move a piece on the board.
Yeah, and that's part of the strategy is figuring out if you want to do that or, of course it's a simple race game, so there's only so much strategy.
Right. But no, I think that and the stacking of the pieces really give you that's 2 large actually strategical points. So I roll a 1 again, and apparently I'm going to sit here and be late to the party. So it is all you. I know looking at like in the roll game of yore, it is a very simple race game, but there are a couple of very strategical decisions you can make that make a huge difference in it.
Yeah.
Now you're always going to be limited by what the dice do, and the dice are fickle, but those decisions make a difference. So and a 2.
So I got a 4.
There you go.
So I make a choice right now. I either move this marker 4 times or I place a new one on. Right. Now, I don't want to move this because if I move 4, I go here, and I kind of want to get that shortcut. I would love a shortcut. So I'm going to move this here, and then since it's a 4, I get to go again.
Make sure when you're putting things on the screen, because we're looking at my screen, we're not seeing your mouse. But if you double tap on the screen, it'll ping it, so we can see what you're pinging.
Okay. So I got a 2, and I'm going to take a risk and move this guy.
I'm not getting on the board, so it's not a risk, frankly. Oops.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going anywhere. Hold on. I'm going to apologize to everybody. There will be some inadvertent scrolling. I have a new mouse, so it's super touchy.
Yeah.
And look, another 2. Count anywhere today. I don't. You're clearly just playing by yourself.
Well, usually I am quite bad at this game. So I got on a 1, and that's what I want to do. So I stay here. I don't move automatically over here. I start over there on my next turn. So that gives anyone a chance to say, hey, I don't want Soo Yung to get ahead of me. Full force, let's go.
So, are we missing spaces on this board in the middle? We are.
We are. But it'll still work. It'll make it a little bit longer, which gives you a chance to catch up, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, so it's you want to add the spaces? I can add the spaces in real fast. It shouldn't be too hard. Or do you want to leave them off? It's your choice. I will let you decide.
We're probably okay without the spaces.
So we'll just shoot all the way across. I like it. All right, cool. All right, let me roll, see if I can get on the board here.
Oh yeah.
5, which is super successful, but is not a 3 or a 4. Now, do I get to go again? Because
yes.
Excellent. Okay. Well, at least there's some saving grace here.
Oh.
1. If you ever want to look good playing a game, play on the stream with me, and you will always look fabulous playing games.
Is that how it works?
Yes. I will play offline all day and win all the games. I go live on a stream and I lose constantly. I think out of the streams I've done, I've won 2, maybe 3 games, and it's always like the second time we play the game, I might win 1.
Yeah. Well, you just want to make your guest look good, right?
That's what it is. It's very much. I am trying to be humble, and that's what it is. All right. So I see. Okay, so I see you shot across there, and they're starting down the home stretch.
Yep. I'm crossing my fingers for you. No.
No, it's just terrible, man. It's the worst.
Well, if
All right. So, did you roll? Did
Yeah.
it roll? Okay.
Oh, I thought it did. Did it not?
No, I think you saw the last roll was still there. So, put that orc back. Or
Oh,
you
well,
got it,
I was psychic. I knew that I got it too, so
right.
I moved it.
All right. Let's see what I got.
Hey!
Whoa! All right. So that not only brings one of my humans on, it also bumps your orc off. Yes.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yep.
Turn my guy around. He's running the wrong way. There we go. All right. It is your turn.
Okay, so I got a 2. And it is your turn.
So when you're coming back, does that last space count as a space now, or is it like if you roll a 1 right now, would you move that onto that last space, which would then bump me off, or is it 1 just get you off the board?
I would say that's also a house rule.
Right. Okay.
Usually, they don't do that. But
yeah, because I can see where that would be like, I guess you have to sort of decide where the last space is. So is the last space the corner, or is the last space the one that you're currently on?
So that is 1 orc.
There you go.
All safe and sound.
We'll line them up right here. Score. I can't tell. So I'm thinking of this like from a cinematic perspective, right? So it's a round track, and you're the little guy running down the back alley, and like my guy steps out, and you run into him as you start. Like that's a thing. I can see that being a problem. All right, I got a 2, so my only option is to 1 and 2. All right, all you.
Okay. So now I stay here for a while, waiting for a 3 or 4.
Now we're making up some time here. All right.
Yeah. This is very much a game that you could seem like you're winning, and then everything just goes wrong, and you can't. Yeah.
That's most of the race games. So like, well, at least most of the simple. So yours is a great example. Senate does as well. There's a sort of a point where you're really ahead, but then you've got that one like bad token you can't get moving.
Yeah.
But backgammon doesn't have that as much. Like I've seen sort of backgammon, once you've won, you've won. There's really there's an obvious point in backgammon that yes, you can have some really, really, really terrible dice rolls but it takes a lot of them together, not just a single roll, bad roll either way.
So you got a 3.
Correct, and I started a new piece.
Oh.
Whoa.
That's right.
Now, had I been smart and looked up, I would have put my guy up on the little on the corner, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I was dumb. But that's okay.
It is your turn now.
All right. Yes, I was hoping you was not going to get a 3 or 4.
So
you
got a 3. So the choices are: you could put your human together, and now they're 1 unit. And just really hope that no orc just comes up and annihilates both of them.
Yep, I think that's always the hope. All right.
That random orc attacks aren't a thing.
It's a real problem. Oh, look at you! There you go, getting on the board.
There we go.
All right. All right. Let me grab these 2 guys. I'm going to go 1 and 2. Get out of orc range there. Or at least mostly out of work range. All right, so I got 2. All right, well, my only option. So, okay, actually, that's a question is, do I have to move if I can? I'm assuming the answer is yes.
Yes, you have to move if you can.
All right. I think you have a very slow, limpy orc there. He's just kind of hobbling along.
He's just taking his time, you know.
That's right. He's not in any hurry. It's fine. All right. So I got 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and start a new one.
Okay.
I guess crooked. All right. There.
And I got a 3 too.
Oh
so
no!
I'm gonna kill that guy.
Yeah. All right. Moving back. So
There
rude.
we go.
All right. Give me that. I need a 4. Come on, 4. 2. It's not a 4. All right.
Well, it's half of 4.
Thanks. That's you're absolutely correct. So I just realized I think this. So I don't know where I found this board, by the way. I grabbed a random easy graphic, but I realized that it has the home on the bottom left, and the arrows are backwards for what they should be. Well, one of them is correct, one of them is not. But meh. So
Okay.
So those of you watching, ignore the arrows. They're all terrible. I think they would make more sense if we were playing from the bottom left corner, which I guess, again, I guess it doesn't matter as long as you start and stop from the same point. It doesn't really matter.
Well, yeah. No.
Was there so you said bottom right. Was there a traditional reason they started bottom right versus bottom left, or?
I haven't found anything. I will say that they, for the stations, which is, the corners and then the middle station, the middle station is generally associated with Earth.
Okay.
And the outside stations are generally considered heaven.
Oh, okay.
So
interesting. So there's some astrology to the design as well.
Yeah. So I got a 2. I'll move my guy there.
And Stella just noticed. So, this is what happens when you let Cal design a board when he doesn't know what he's doing. He grabs a random picture from the internet and goes, close enough. What do I know from Korean board games? Clearly not enough. Ooh, I got a 1 though. That is
nice.
Yeah. All right. Now we're getting somewhere.
Let's hope I don't get a 5 and a 1.
That would be very mean. Or a 4 and a 2 would do it as well, but
There we go. 4.
Okay, I see what you did. Yeah.
And a 3. So I'm actually gonna move my guy over here, and I'll end my turn.
Stella's picking on me over here in the chat. I'm having a fuss at her. All right, let's see what I got. I got a 2. All right, so I can shoot straight across, right?
Yes, straight across.
Woodja, look at that. All right. All right, that's a 2. So go ahead. So it is your turn. Turn this guy around.
4. I am doing well today.
You are. No, yeah.
I'm actually gonna move this. No. What am I doing? Dun-na.
Oh, really? So I actually wouldn't have done that. I would have moved the piece on the front, on the first corner to get it off the safe or the dangerous spot, because I think your piece on the bottom row was safer technically. So interesting twist.
Well, yeah.
And again, I think
I probably just did the wrong thing. Oh.
Did you roll? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was your roll. Yeah, you got a 5.
Yeah. Well, I got a 0, so that's not. Let's combine my people and then roll again. A 2. Okay. There we go.
All right. So there's a question. So Kisa, yes, because when my pieces land on the same piece or same space, they then move together. So the question is there a limit on how many pieces can be together? So could you have 3 and 4 stacked on the same space?
I didn't see anything that said if there was a limit.
Right.
It sounds like an awful strategy is what it sounds like.
Right. It's a very dangerous strategy, I think.
Yeah.
But hey, if you get, a couple good rolls with those 4 pieces stacked together, it's game over. So,
Yeah. Yeah, but if someone lands on it, all your hard work for those 3s or 4s.
Right, that's true. I guess the starting is the hard part. It would take some luck either direction. Sorry, I got a 3 and start a new piece there.
Oh, okay.
According to Stella, you can have all 4 in one spot.
Okay.
All 4 at once. So can yes, maybe not should though.
Can yes, is it an awful idea? Also yes.
Story of my life.
Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted by the chat. I forgot that they were there.
Right.
Thank you for the comment on my hat. Isn't it amazing?
It knows that you definitely have won the best hat of Calver's Corner award. It's
yeah.
Stellar. I just noticed that you had the headphones on under that too. Like you can't even see them. That's amazing.
Oh yeah. Well, wait until Stella gets on here one day. She also has a really great hat. Okay. Oh gosh.
Did you hear that, Stella? She just volunteered you, so you have to come on with your hat now. So I'm just saying.
I did not volunteer her.
I have been bugging her for months now to come hang out and play games with me. Maybe now that she's done with her jacket thing she was working on, she'll have a spare minute. She has been up to her eyeballs in sewing and documentation for that thing, so
yeah,
I did not want to bother her. But I mean, to speak on her perfect scores at Kingdom A&S, what?
Yeah, no, I saw that. It was exciting. I had a mini heart attack for her.
Right.
I was like, oh my gosh. So I won.
Yeah, you just casually won. You're like, oh, I'm just gonna move these pieces across, and that's a win. All right.
Yeah, and this is the part where I take a drink and thank my patron for bringing me here.
That's awesome. So okay, so I like this game, but it very much would be better with a group and better with drinking. I can see this is very much that. So I guess when you're playing with multiple people, what's the differences?
You take turns in rolling.
Okay.
And then for the strategy part, you're supposed to talk among your team about that. I mentioned you can have up to, as many players as you want. There's been games where you have so many players, not every single player actually gets to roll the sticks.
Right.
Because there's so many of them.
Do you change the number of pieces? So like we had 4 and 4. Is there more pieces used for more players, or?
I haven't seen generally people doing that. I could see it would be an easy thing to just add another token to make it longer.
Right.
But I haven't seen many people do that. I have seen tons of videos where people are surrounding the board and cheering, and we're kind of missing out on that here, but
right. I think everybody in the chat has to cheer for us. Yeah, we need to hear you cheering.
Yeah.
But no, I can see just like if you watch people play like craps or roulette and things like that, there's a lot of people generally watching and are super excited for the one guy that's playing. So and we're placing side bets and or betting on the outcome. So I can see that. I was also thinking like there'd be an interesting way to do this with teams where you have each player gets 1 or 2 tokens on each, and they're all like we have like the black team, the red team, or whatever, but they all are individual. So like I can only move my piece, and you can only move your piece, and so on and so forth.
I can see that being super fun.
Yeah.
I will say it kind of takes the pressure off of you if you're a bad roller. I think I played this once where I was on a team with Master Lorenzo, and I was awful. Like could not roll anything, and he was the only thing that saved me from actually not getting anything on the board.
Right. So Stella threw a fun rule in there. She says she plays whenever a piece gets taken, you take a drink. That's a that would get rough fast if you play this a couple times. I can see. All right. Well, we're at 8:40. We've got a time. You wanna play some up and play again?
Sure.
All right. Let's.
Do you want to be orcs this time?
You know what? I'm gonna stay loyal to the human race. I'm not a big fan of being green.
I guess you won't be a traitor today.
That's right. Let me move everybody back across here. All right. And we'll add the stream back. There we go. All right. And so let's do this. Actually, let me. So since our board is crooked, if you don't mind, let's start in the bottom left corner this time. Maybe I'll have better luck since I put the broken board up. Maybe we play from bottom left. I might do better.
Okay. Yeah. But if I lose, that's my excuse that we didn't play it right.
You're absolutely correct. This is now Cal's variation of this game. So it's strictly my rules. It's that's clearly any reason you would lose.
So can we add the things in the middle then?
Oh, sure.
If we're making some adjustments?
I'm happy with that. Give me a second.
There should be 2 on each line and then a center one.
In the center. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. I can do all of that. We're just gonna quick freehand them here. Joink. 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 Adjusting boards on the fly. Close enough. Cool.
Just imagine all of those are circles that are all the same.
These are very pretty circles that are roses and embroidered and totally. Everybody use your head cannons.
What?
Here.
No, it's not a square. Don't tell me. Don't lie about that. It's a circle.
Right. It's crazy talk.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. I will. As always, you can go first.
Okay. And I got a.
There we go. All right. Now we're starting off right. Let me roll mine. You can see that 4 and a 2. All right. Best game ever. We're starting out strong.
It is not. Those are not boxes, ma'am. Those are.
That's right.
Those are circles.
Those are the best circles ever.
2.
Right. Yeah, I went through a couple different boards trying to find one, and the original one I found when I got it in there, it looked really great on the screen when I downloaded it, but when I actually imported it and blew it up, it looked like garbage, and I was like, well, that's not going to work. So pulled back and found this one, and didn't realize until we started playing that it was missing the center boxes or the center circles. So
your turn.
Excellent. Come on, 3 and a 2. Okay. Doing great here. All right. Where'd my mouse go? There it is. Yay! We're all right. Let me get my guy down here and turn him around the right way. All right.
I got a 1.
Hey, at least you can move. That's we both have options now. 4. All right. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? Hold on. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna be crazy. I'm gonna add another piece.
Oh gosh.
But it's because I get to go again immediately.
Oh yeah.
So I have the option to move both of them together.
That is actually a really good strategy.
All right, so now I got a 3. Now I'm going to move both of them to 1, 2, and 3. Oh, it takes 2 humans to beat up 1 orc. We did it. We got there. All right.
I got a 1.
Oh no. All right, let's see what we get here. And another 3. I'm going to go ahead and not do the dumb thing this time and move down to there.
Okay.
And another 1 for you. See, it's all it took is turning the board the right way, and I'm now successful. All it took. All right, so we go 1 and 2 down the shortcut.
Oh gosh, I'm just getting ones.
Oh, how the dice. See, it takes me a while to get the dice warmed up. That's all it is. All right, another 2. So we go to the center and then across. So when you're
Yes.
using the shortcuts, if you stop on the center, do you get to turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Since you didn't stop on the center, you just go straight
Right.
across.
That's cool. I like that it's a, so there is a, certain numbers do matter at certain times, but don't matter at others. I like that, so it's gives some variability to the numbering there.
Okay.
Let's get a 3 and another 1. All right, keep moving.
I'll take a 2.
Okay, it's orc movement. Always good.
I now want that to be a band name. Orc movement.
Orc movement. Yes, that's a thing now. That's my new headcanon. Pew pew. Orc movement.
Ooh, I got a 4.
Nice.
So I am also going to take the shortcut.
Mm-hmm. I played I had a cyberpunk character one time that was a troll that was super into orc mosh metal. So whenever we played, I played like the Mongolian, some of the Mongolian throat singing metal guys.
Yeah.
Best. I loved it. All right, so that's a 0, which becomes a 5 in this game. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Get that guy moving out and just roll again. The 1. Ooh, all right, we're gonna go right there.
Okay.
I don't like the back side of the board. We're just going to use the shortcut all the time. I like it. Much better option. Although that orc's breathing down my neck, and I'm not a big fan. Yeah, not good. All right, we're going to slide on up there. Need you to not roll a 3. Ooh, but she has a decision to make. All right, I like that decision. So for anybody paying attention, the decision she had to make, that she made and realized, was to either knock my 2 pieces off, or score her 1.
Yeah, or add a new one. But
I can't say I would have been as nice as she was. Yeah, that's true. Or third option would be add a new one. You're correct. All right, let's slide these guys down. And Kisa, we are not drinking because I do not need to be drunk and on YouTube. That is a bad plan for me. I get way too honest when I'm drinking.
Yeah, I do too. I definitely become a very empathic. So
Right.
If anyone else is crying, I'm crying. If anyone's laughing and having a good time, I'm also laughing and having a good time.
Yeah, I just I will occasionally forget that people are listening, and I have opinions that I, don't need to be as loud about.
Well, opinions makes the world go around.
That's true. All right, we got a 3. Let's see. We can go that way or that. I'm going to start a new guy. I'm going to get my last guy on the board. Be a little crazy. All right. All 4 on the board. We're getting somewhere. Let's see what we got. 2. Oh, I like a 2. Because a 1 and a 2.
No!
Yeah, the orcs are all confused. They're like, wait, the board moved. What happened? Our track changed.
It hurt itself in its confusion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, and a 1. 2. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Let's get this guy moving along here. Get him out of danger. And 2. Let's see what I got. Small 2. All right. So we got a 2. Oh, I'm good with a 2. Get that guy out of there and get him turned around. All right, you got a piece on the board there, at least, and you're totally safe from me because I'm in front of you. So
yeah.
We got a 1. All right, well, get this guy moving a little more.
Ooh, I wouldn't have done that.
Oh yeah, you're right. Nope, that was dumb. You're absolutely right. It's okay. I've got other options, so if I get another 1, I can do the smarter thing.
There we go.
Actually, I totally forgot about the turn left thing at the center, even though I'm the one that brought it up. All right, so 3 there. So we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. These guys move down the home stretch there. Uh-oh.
So current days, this game is played a lot during New Year's.
Okay.
Makes me think they probably have a lot of house rules.
Right. Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. You're playing this with your family and you're maybe having a little bit to drink.
Yeah, I can definitely see this. So I've watched, a lot of the SCA events. We see Game of the Goose played a lot because it's again a simple dice game. I can definitely see this have a nicely put out board where it very much looks like a chariot race of some sort. Because you could style this in a Roman way, you could do it in a Viking raid way, you could do it 100 different sort of themes with the same game. I could see it becoming a popular, because not only do you have the game, it also becomes a show, for the people watching to enjoy.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, I want to embroider a board, and make some really nice wooden sticks for it. But I have to finish everything else that I have planned. So
yeah, just put that on the list of projects that you'll get to eventually, right?
Yeah. I mean, all the stuff happening has definitely helped.
Right.
I even got a skirt done, and I hand sewed the skirt. Like it was not intended to be hand sewed.
Right. Well, you're not looking to do an event, so you have a little more time to.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's actually something I will be starting my first hand sewing project here very soon. Everybody around here is terrified. I'm terrified. The audience is now terrified. Fabric and not get along.
I actually am better at hand sewing than the sewing machine. The sewing machine kind of scared me.
No, it scares me too. I have big feet and have very little control of them. So I don't have a little bit of speed. It's an all or nothing speed. So I have almost destroyed the sewing machine quite a few times. I see you sneaking across there. Hold on, man. All right. 1, 2, 3. It's okay. I think I've got this. I'm mathematically, I think I've got this game won.
I think you do too. Unless a flying orc just falls from the sky.
So this would actually be one of those spots, right? So right now, I've got the game won. We could literally just stop playing now, right? This would be a spot where, so let's say I roll a 3 right now, right? And I stop on that last space. If that last space in the bottom left corner was the last space, right? And then you start a piece that knocks my 2 pieces off, right? So that could be one of the weird house rules that would make it oh, I'm at the finish line, and your guy coming in, knocks me out.
That could be a fun house rule. That sounds like a house rule after someone had that happen to them, and they're like, no, it's totally a house rule now.
Right. All right. I'll go ahead.
I mean, I could roll, but I don't think anything will happen.
And there's the last roll, which is more than a 1, and we are good. All right. So in Cal's cheaty version of Yut Nori, Cal wins, but that's the only reason Cal wins is because he cheats. I like it. That was a lot of fun. Thank you for this. This was a blast.
Yeah, I had fun. It's been a while since I've played this, and I always enjoy playing it.
It's nice to it's nice to get on here and hang out with people and play games. It's also nice to see games that are outside of my even though this is a race game, which is sort of one of my focuses. It's definitely not one that I looked at other than sort of in passing when I was looking at some race games. So it's nice to see some of the different cultural aspects of it. And it's also really interesting to see the different race games from different areas that are very similar. Different things come up with looking at Senate versus this with the sticks and how they're counted, because it's the same mechanic over a few hundreds of years and a few hundreds of miles. So interesting. So anywho, so I think that's it for tonight. Any closing thoughts from you? Any last tidbits of information you want to share with us?
I don't think so.
That's okay. All right. So a couple things for me, I guess, coming up. As of always, we'll have next week. We'll have Whatcha Playing Wednesday. I don't know what we're playing yet, so watch out.
Play Go.
I might talk Young into come and play Go. Her and I did Go. Actually, she was one of the very first videos we did back when I did the virtual game symposium. It was before I had the channel up at all. I may kind of talk her into coming back on, although she's currently way stressed out because her child is in school and she's ready to throttle a teacher. So I might give her a minute too. I've got a couple things in the works. There's the Japanese chess shogi, I think, is one that we're looking at with Ogata-san. A couple others. So I'm trying to branch out culturally a little bit, get some other guests on. So we'll see. But anyways, watch out for that. And as always, like, follow, subscribe, push all the appropriate buttons. So if you're on my Facebook, which most of you are watching on Facebook currently, please go to my YouTube, Calbar's Corner, and click the subscribe button. Literally all that does is help me get more views on that side. So eventually maybe I can actually have this making some sort of money to help me pay for the expensive software that I use to actually produce this stream. So, other than that, it has been a pleasure, and thank you all for joining us. And thank you again, Soo Yung, for doing this. This has been Cal Barter and Soo Yung and Calbar's Corner. Thanks, guys. Oh, the button. I see. I don't have my buttons ready now. I got to do that.